So you listed your condo 6 weeks ago. You priced it where the agent recommended. You had showings. You got feedback. The feedback was positive. No offers. Your agent says the market is slow. And they're not wrong. But here's the thing. Some condos in Vancouver are actually selling right now. This month, some of them are getting close to asking price, if not more. Yours isn't one of them. And if you want to fix that, you need to understand why. Not the comfortable version, the real one. Because this is what I'm seeing right now. A very specific pattern that is costing sellers real money. Not because the market is broken, but because a lot of sellers above a certain price point are making the same three mistakes. In this video, I'm going to walk you through all three of those mistakes and how to avoid them. And I'm going to show you the actual data, not averages, not headlines, the specific numbers that tell you where buyers are writing offers and where they're not. With all that out of the way, let's just get into it. Let me start with what most sellers believe right now. They believe buyers are sitting on the sidelines and eventually they'll come back. They believe if they hold their price and wait, the right buyer will just show up. That story is partially true and completely misleading at the same time. Yes, the market is slower than it was 2 years ago, but this market is not slow in a uniform way. It is slow at the top of every price range, and it's active at the entry point of every price range. Those are two completely different markets, and the strategy for each is completely different. Here's what the May 2026 data actually shows for downtown Vancouver condos. The overall sales ratio sits at 12%. That's a balanced market. Roughly 1 in 8 is selling in a given month. That sounds okay. But when you break it down by price band, the picture changes completely. In the $600,000 to $700,000 range, the sales ratio is 18%. Things are moving. In the $700,000 to $800,000 price band, 13%. Still reasonable. At 1.75 million to 2 million, the sales ratio drops to 7%. At 2.25 million to 2.5 million, it goes down to 3%. That is 32 listings and one sale last month. Above 4 million, there are active listings on the market. The number of sales is 0. So when your agent tells you the market is slow, they're right. But what they may not be telling you is that the slowness is concentrated almost entirely at the upper price ranges. And if your unit sits above 1.5 million, you're not in a balanced market. You're in a buyer's market. And that requires a completely different approach. Here's the second number that matters. Days on market for downtown condos jumped 38% in a single month. We went from an average of 16 days in April to 22 days in May. That might not sound dramatic, but in this price range, time on market is not a neutral statistic. Every week your listing sits, the signal is something might be wrong with this one. I look at it the same way. I look at days on market, long time, what's wrong with it? And buyers use that signal too, and they use it to negotiate. So now let me tell you three specific reasons this is happening and why the solution is not patience. Reason one, pricing psychology. In a normal market, sellers price high and buyers negotiate down. At this price point, that strategy has stopped working. Luxury buyers don't negotiate up from value. They start at your price and negotiate down. If you are priced above where the data supports, you do not generate negotiating room. You just generate silence. Buyers at this level, they have options. In the Vancouver West attached market right now, there are over 1,700 condos and townhomes listed. A buyer who thinks your unit is overpriced does not push back on price. They just move on to the next listing. And here's the part that makes it worse. The buyers likely to pay your price are the ones who looked at it first. In the first 2 weeks, those are the serious buyers who have been watching the market. They know what things are worth. If your price sends them away week one, the buyers who come in after them are not better buyers. They are more cautious buyers with even more leverage. Reason two, the days on market doom loop. This is the one most sellers don't see coming. Here's how it works. You list at 1.85 million day one. A buyer who might have paid 1.75 million comes through. They like it. They are thinking about it. They come back at week three, see you're still on the market. Now they're at 1.65 million in their head. Day 30, another showing. Maybe they're at 1.6 million now. By week six, the buyer who would have paid close to asking on day one is now 8 to 10% below it. And they feel completely justified because the market has told them something is wrong. The price you will not accept week one is the price you'll eventually take in week eight. But you gave up all the negotiating leverage to get there. This is what the data is showing right now. Sellers who price accurately on day one are closing near asking. Sellers who price to test the market are accumulating days. And compounding the problem with every week that passes, the math of patience in this market does not work that way. Sellers expect it to. Reason three, your real competition. This is the one most sellers have no idea exists. According to CMHC, there were 4,376 completed condos sitting unsold in Metro Vancouver as of May 2026, up 76% from a year earlier. Housing economists are calling it the highest levels of unsold completed condo inventories in decades. This is what I'm seeing in this market. Developers who cannot move product are getting very creative. Cashback at closing, GST credits, price reductions of 15 to 25% from their original pre-sale pricing. Furniture packages, guaranteed rental income. The buyer who is considering your resale unit is also being shown a brand new condo at a comparable effective price with an incentive package attached to it. That is your real competition. And most sellers don't know it even exists. So if you're in this situation or you're thinking about listing, here's what actually matters. First, price for the first 2 weeks, not where you hope the market goes, not where you need the number to be. Price where the data shows buyers are willing to actually write offers in your building, your neighborhood, your price band. That data exists, so use it. Second, understand your real competition before you list. Ask your agent to show you what a comparable buyer could get in new construction right now. Unit size, location, finishing level, and what the effective price looks like after the developer incentives. If you cannot compete with that on value, you need to price accordingly or adjust your timing. Third, if you're already on the market and accumulating days, the most expensive thing you can do is wait another 2 weeks to see what happens. A price adjustment that would have worked at day 14 costs significantly more to achieve at day 45. There are pockets of this market that are generally active right now. Fairview Condos, 39% sales ratio. Kitsilano, 27%. The 2.25 to 2.5 million West Side band, 32%. That's technically a seller's market inside a broader buyer's market. What separates those pockets from the ones that are sitting? Correct pricing on day one, a strong presentation. That's it. Not a different market, the same market with a different strategy. Sellers who understand this are closing. Sellers who are waiting for the market to come to them, well, they're just still waiting. I want to hear from you. If you had a condo sitting on the market or you know someone who has, what do you think the real issue was? Was it price? the timing, the presentation, or just something else, drop it in the comments below. The most important thing to take away from this video is this. In this market, the price you choose from day one almost determines everything that comes after. If you understand exactly where your unit sits in the current data, what comparable sales actually look like, your real competition, and what a realistic number means for your situation, reach out. The link to book a call is in the description below. And if this kind of content is useful to you, consider subscribing and you'll see more just like it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.